Hey, this is Nicholas at the Olympia School of Guitar, and I'm going to show you how to play power chords today. Alright, power chords are awesome. They sound best on electric guitar with gratuitous amounts of distortion. Now I'm on a practice amp here, so it's not going to sound that great, but that sounds pretty cool. Okay, so here's what you got to do to play some power chords. Now I'm going to do this in 2 steps, and that's going to make it easier to start playing them. So here's the first one. You're going to take your index finger and you're going to put it on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, like so. And you want to make sure that your thumb doesn't creep up here. If you see your thumb up above the neck, that is not good. Keep that thumb down here. If it continues to creep up here, chop it off. Don't actually do that. Okay, first finger on the 3rd fret right here, and then your 3rd finger, and you definitely want to use your 3rd finger, not your 4th finger, not your 2nd finger. You want to use your 3rd finger on the 5th fret of the 5th string, the A string, so right here. Okay? And that's going to give you these 2 notes. Okay? You're only going to play these 2 strings right here. You're not going to play these strings at all. And what I do is my finger right here is resting along those strings right here so that they don't, if I actually play those strings, they don't make any sound. So I can actually play through all the strings if I want, but only these 2 are actually going to make any sound. Okay, so that's your first power chord. This is a G power chord. And I'm playing with all downstrokes. Okay, now this shape can move up and down the neck. So I can move it down here and so on up the neck. I can also move this same shape down 1 set of strings so that I'm playing on strings 4 and 5, these 2 strings. Okay? Now when I play these power chords on these 2 strings, same thing, I don't want to play any of the other strings. And I do the same thing with my 1st finger. It mutes these strings down here, but then what I also do, and this is going to be a little tricky at first, the very tip of my finger is touching that 6th string right up here, so that if I do actually hit this string, it's not going to ring because it's being muted right there. Okay, and same thing with this shape. I can move this up and down along those 2 sets of strings. So that's the first thing. Get really comfortable playing those 2-string power chords. Then what you're going to want to do is add another note to this. So we're going to go back to the original place that we had. So index on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, 3rd finger on the 5th fret of the 5th string, and then we're going to take our pinky, and our pinky is going to go on the 5th fret of the 4th string. So right there is where that finger is going to go. And that is going to give a little bit more meat to these power chords. So this is what they sounded like before. Sound good? And that's what they sound like with the pinky on there. And the same thing, you can move those power chords up and down. And you can also move this whole thing down 1 set of strings right there and get that power chord as well. So you can move this shape up and down the neck, and you can move it to strings 4, 5, and 6, or 5, 4, and 3, or 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's your basic power chords, and you want to get comfortable playing these all up and down the guitar, all up and down the neck. And if you have any questions, leave me a comment, and make sure you subscribe, like, share, tell your grandmother about this video, because she needs to learn power chords too.